Hey guys, and welcome back. I am doing a food prep video today, but I've literally given myself 1 hour to get some stuff done. So I'm going to cook a lot of random foods today, but I just want to give you some ideas on how you can be a little bit more organized and how you can maximize your time in the kitchen and be smart about how you cook. So in today's cooking, I'm going to really minimize the amount of containers, pots and pans and be a little bit smart about it. So I'm going to bring you along with me and just basically come up with a few things to cook in 1 hour. So I've got no idea how much I'm going to get done, but that is our goal. It's a mixture of things. It's going to be prep, some dinner, some treats, some snacks, and we're just going to go from there. So I'm going to start off with cooking some rice. We eat white rice. You could use wholemeal or brown rice, wild rice, purple rice. I just find having rice pre-cooked in the fridge, which can last about 4 to 5 days, is very handy when you've got tired toddlers and all you want to do is heat something up for them to eat. We usually have a curry once a week, but rice can also make a really good side dish. So I literally just get the pot on, chuck the rice on a medium heat, and I can leave it. And while that's cooking, I can get onto making some whole pancakes. Now, to make these whole pancakes, I've used my recipe off my Instagram page, which is the chopped zucchini pancakes, but I've changed it. For these ones here, I used 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, a little bit of vanilla bean, or you could use any sweetener of your choice, 1 3/4 cups of milk, and then what I do is I add in a bunch of spinach. Now, whatever you've got in the fridge you could use. You could even add in some zucchini. I just added spinach. But my tip to hide the spinach so children don't see little bits of green is to get a blender. I use a NutriBullet, put all my spinach or green veggies into that NutriBullet and add my milk, and I literally blitz it to become like a spinach milkshake, if you want to call it that. And then once it's done, I add that into my dry ingredients and turn it into pancakes. Now with these ones here, I did add a little bit of sugar just to give it a little bit more sweetness, because I found I could sort of taste the earthiness of the spinach, and my kids just will not eat it if that doesn't taste yummy to them. So with this recipe here, I did add a little bit of white sugar just to bring out the sweetness, and my kids devour these pancakes. Again, if you follow me on my Instagram page, they're having them for morning tea, probably 2 or 3 pancakes for morning tea, and it does not bother me because it's got good protein in it from the eggs, and it is full of green veggies, which makes me really, really happy.
Never make promises, 'cause I don't keep them. I never make promises.
And then just for fun, I like to cook the pancakes in this little happy tray. My mum bought this for me many years ago from Aldi, Australia. I do know they bring them out every year. If you've got little children and they're a little bit fussy, this is super handy. My kids love them. They pick the happy face, the sad face. They just find it really entertaining to eat, and who doesn't love eating a smiling whole pancake?
I don't keep
Now Now once the pancakes are cooked, I like to flash freeze them, so I put them on a single tray into the freezer to freeze them for about 1.5 to 2 hours. It stops them sticking together when they are frozen. Now that my rice is done, I'm just going to take that out and put that into a container. I think I've done 1 cup or 1.5 cups of rice here, maybe even 2, and this will get my family through a week and it's done. I don't have to cook multiple dishes. Rice is there if the kids are hungry. I can quickly heat up some rice and some veggies, and I don't have hangry little toddlers floating around at my ankles when it's 5 o'clock. Now the next one's probably a treat for the adults, but my kids do like these too. I'm going to make a homemade chocolate cashew popcorn slice. It sounds a bit weird, but it's super simple. I've just got cooking chocolate and I slowly melt that down in the microwave. I've used dairy milk chocolate. You could use dark chocolate for an adult treat. You could use white chocolate, whatever you prefer to eat. I melt that down, and all I'm going to do is pour that into a baking dish that I've got pre-lined with baking paper. I usually use my silicone mat, but we had a meat dish the other night and that's been washed. And then I get some nuts of your choice. I've used cashews. I find them a little bit more softer for the kids to chew through, but you could use walnuts, pecans, almonds. Just chop them up and then literally sprinkle them all over the chocolate, push them down so they go into the chocolate. These ones are salted, so it's a little bit of a treat. They're really yum. And then I make homemade popcorn, and then I'm going to sprinkle that on top and push it into the chocolate, and I've got this beautiful chocolate nutty popcorn slab. I'm going to pop into the freezer until the chocolate sets, which won't take too long, and then when it's done I'm going to pre-slice it. And the last thing I'm going to make was probably more because it was dinner that night and I wanted to make a vegetarian dish and also show you guys how to do a meat-free dinner, and I decided to make some cannellini vegetable pasta dish. I don't even know what you want to call it. Very simple. Basically, I just got onion and garlic and put it into a pan to saute down with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I added spinach. But you could add whatever you like in here. You could add some grated broccoli, some zucchini, you could put carrots into it, whatever veggies you want to use up. I think putting mushrooms would be really nice, and even some capsicum to wilt down would be very tasty. So this actually becomes the filling. So once that's all cooked and wilted down, I take it off the pan. I'm going to add in some ricotta cheese and some cream cheese just to help thicken it up and turn it into like a nice little paste. Very, very simple dish, very tasty. I'm going to make my own sort of piping bag, which is just using a freezer bag, I guess you would call them. I'm going to put the filling into the freezer bag, and then I'm going to pipe these into the pastry cylinders I've purchased. I have not made these, I purchased them. They were on sale the other week at Coles, which was super handy. And I'm going to put them into a baking dish with some tinned tomatoes on the bottom. Very simple. You could use fresh tomatoes if you wanted to. You could even probably get away with like a tomato sauce if you didn't have tinned tomatoes. And then I'm going to pipe the pasta with the filling, put it on top of the tomatoes, and then bake it in an oven at a moderate heat. I think I'd done it at 180 until it was nice and golden or cooked through, and then I put some cheese on top and let that melt, and it was a delicious vegetarian dinner, and there was plenty left over for the next day for lunches. enjoyed this random cooking in 1 hour. It's amazing what you can do. It might seem like I've only cooked 4 things, but some of them are quite complex, and just within an hour or even 20 minutes up your sleeve, you can get quite a bit done. So I've managed to make rice for a week, dinner and lunch, and then I've got 2 snacks that will get my kids through easily 2 weeks, myself and my husband included, and I can enjoy the rest of my afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful or useful. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram page because I do daily stories and I bring you along as I make these. I share my fails because these don't always turn out the way I think they're going to turn out, and I can give you my reactions from my kids and my husband while they're eating them. I will talk to you all soon in my next video. Bye.
'Cause I don't keep